Well, it's that time again, the wigs I wore in October, but it's going to be a little different today. Let's get started. Well, I cannot believe today is the final day of October. I don't know where these months go. They pass by so quickly, but it's time for the wigs I wore. If you're new to my channel, I have a lot of new subscribers. First of all, I want to thank you for subscribing. Also, I want to give you a little heads up. You know, from time to time, YouTube goes through and they might, if you're not very active on your account or you might not be commenting on a lot of things, sometimes they will remove those accounts, like from my page, different people's page. So if you haven't been seeing me come up on your feed and you have your notifications turned on, you might want to go and make sure you're subscribed. That just happens from time to time, and I've had some people tell me that that has happened to them, so just a heads up with that. But if you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you here. I hope you enjoy it. I do lots of just wig reviews. I do a lot of different types of things. And once a month, I talk about the wigs I wore in the previous month, where I just show you some of the wigs that I have found I picked up and wore. This is not a wig review. So if you're thinking I'm going to review all these wigs, I've already done all that. So this is not that. This is just a quick rundown of a few I liked. If you see one, you want to know more about it, you want to see the full review, just go to the search bar of my channel, put the name of the wig in, and the full review will pop up. And in that review will be indoor and outdoor lighting, cap construction, discussion of fit, everything like that. This is just a fun time we have together. But y'all, first of all, like I said, today's going to be a little different. I'm going to share with you the wigs I wore on a recent trip last week to Dallas. I was fortunate enough, and when I say fortunate, I mean to tell you I am truly fortunate, and I don't take it for granted. I want you to know that. I was invited to the WIGS.com ambassador trip. Oh my goodness. The trip of a lifetime. If you follow me on my other social media platforms, I've posted a lot about it. Lots of pictures, lots of things that we did. And so I wanted to bring a little of that to you here on YouTube. So I went to Dallas, and all of these beautiful, incredible ambassadors. If you don't know all of the WIGS.com ambassadors, if you will go to the WIGS.com website, scroll down to the bottom, I think it says Meet Our Ambassadors. Click that and all of the pictures will pop up. There's like 15. Y'all, they are so incredible. You know them all. They are just a group of caring, wonderful, incredible women supporting each other. And you know, I'm all about that. I talk about that constantly on this channel. The importance of us supporting, not tearing down. You know, I want to support my fellow wig sisters, my fellow women. I am very big on that, and so are they. And when I went, I was so nervous. I want to tell y'all, I was so nervous. I'm the new kid on the block over there, right? And I just thought, well, okay, you know, I hope they like me. I hope all the things. And y'all, it was such, they just welcomed me with open arms. I can't tell you how seen I felt, how welcome I felt, how appreciated I felt. It was something I'll never forget, and I want to thank them so much. It was just something, I can't even put it into words. But to watch those girls support each other. Everyone's there for a different reason. Everyone deals with hair loss differently. All of our reasons for wearing wigs are different, right? They support each other, and I have never seen women build each other up in a way like they did, that I just felt like I have a renewed purpose. It lifted me up. It reminded me why I love this community so much in the first place. I just feel energized and ready to take on the world again. So I'm so grateful for that. I got to meet some incredible people. Now through this video, I'm going to drop pictures in, just random pictures here and there about showing you some people I met, some of the behind the scenes, just so I can share with you a little bit about that wonderful trip. I got to meet Frank from Hair You Wear. I mean, of course, you're all familiar with him, and I have worked with him on and off through the years on different live broadcasts, but to meet him in person, he is just as wonderful in person as he is, and you see him on YouTube, and you see him on Facebook, and you see him on Hair You Wear Lives, all of those things. He is amazing. He really is. He is just so warm and welcoming. He took the time to talk to every single person. And I don't mean just like, hey, how you doing? I'm talking about sit down and have a conversation. What an incredible experience. Also met Alexander Turnbull from, of course, you know him from Renault Paris, the Alexander Couture collection. A lovely, lovely person. It was wonderful. So I'm gonna quit talking about it and let's just talk about this hair. So let's just get started with this John Renault. All right, so the first night we were there, John Renault hosted, and y'all, some manufacturers came and they hosted different events. Mind-blowing, absolutely incredible. I'm gonna drop a picture here. They had the hat bar come from Dallas, and we each had a custom cowboy hat made. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. And I wore Holly, which I love. Now I have Holly in 3 colors. I think this has been such a big seller, a best seller for them. It's easy to wear. I've shown it to you before. This is the one I wore that night in 12FS12. Y'all, I'm going to drop links to all these in the drop down box, so if you see something you want and you want to save a little money on it, there'll be some links in the drop down box. But Holly, I've fallen in love with this. You know, I always tell you, I have those wigs I go to where I keep it by that, you know, in a stack by the door, and I pull and go. This has joined that group. It is so easy to wear. I love the density of this. It's a low density. Of course, it's got a beautiful cap. I just think this is so wearable. I like it parted down the middle, but you can change this and part it on the side. You can do whatever you want to. I just like this look, this little sweeping bang look. I love that you can just get your hands in it. Y'all, you know, I'm gonna tell you, like I tell you every time, get your hands in your wigs, pull them away from that cap. Just being stored in a box will kind of, you know, smash those fibers down. So every time you take it out and you put it on, run your fingers through it, pull it away, give it some life, wake up those fibers. This is beautiful. This one is Holly. All right, this is from the Alexander Couture collection, and this one is River. This was new to me. I had just gotten River right before we went on this trip, and I decided to wear this. We went to the Fort Worth stockyards. So fun, and Alexander Turnbull went with us. It was just so fun. We had a party bus, girl. I hadn't been on a party bus, y'all, since maybe 30 years. It was so fun. We had the best time. He was so interesting and told lots of wonderful stories about his journey of how he creates these wonderful pieces. It was really, really fun. This one I said is River Mochaccino R. I love this color. Look at the highlights in this color. It is so pretty. Like I said, this was new to me, this wig. I had not tried it. I always wanted it, and I got it right before I went, and I wore this to Fort Worth, and again, I will drop some pictures in, but this is such a beautiful bob. I love the length of this. I feel like it's I think a lot of people can wear this style. I think this is just a beautiful piece. All right, Raquel Welch. You know I love my Raquel Welch wigs. This is always trending in shaded cappuccino. Look, y'all, this is gorgeous. This is very much like Upstage, which you know how I feel about that wig. This reminds me of it very much. Look how, it's just beautiful. The style of this is pretty. The way it falls around the face is pretty. I mean, it's just pretty. Lots of movement. I've shown it to you before. they gifted us another one while we were there, another always trending in a different color. So I'm going to stay tuned. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to do a little something coming up with that wig. So I want you to stay tuned for that. But I just want to show you always trending. This is so beautiful. Y'all, there's a lot of fiber on this hair and on this wig. There's a lot of fiber on this wig. Now, you know that. But I think it's not overdone. I love the shape of this. I also learned from Frank during that on this wig, some of the wefts in the back were sewn up. Instead of, you know how they're sewn down, they had some of them sewn up in the back of this style to give us this look that we get here. You see how this does? And so that is an element that they put into this, and I really like it. I thought, okay, that makes perfect sense. So we learned lots and lots of good things. All right, this is Envy's Charlotte in Sahara Blonde. Another one of my new go-to styles. I have been wearing this non-stop. I feel like every picture I've had lately, I've had this wig on because I just think it's so easy to wear. It's very similar to Holly that we just looked at, right? It's kind of that same beachy wave. I love it. Lots of movement, easy to wear. I like the length of this as well. I don't feel like it's too long or too short. I like the parted down the middle. There is some permatease here. Like I said, I have a full review of this if you want to know more about it, but this is such a nice style. I think it's kind of taken the Envy world by storm. Like, everyone loves this wig. Envy, I hope I can find some pictures to drop. They took us to a place in Dallas called Mix, where they customized a lipstick for each of us. I've never had an experience like that, y'all. It was so fun. You picked your colors that you like, and they custom blend a lipstick or lip gloss, and I got a lip gloss, and then you get to name it. And of course, mine is Crazywiglady Pink. What else? Okay, finally. Now, y'all, I can't tell you anything about this wig. We have been given permission to sneak peek it, and like I said, if you've seen it over on, if you've seen me on my other platforms, I've been sneak peeking it over there. This is from Envy Hair. They gifted me this. It will release November the 3rd, Monday, November the 3rd. Come back to my channel. I'm going to have all the details, and we are going to go into this in great depth and talk about this gorgeous wig. Oh my goodness, it's special. It is so special. Look how beautiful the color is on this. It's all I can do to keep from going into detail, but I can't till November the 3rd. So I want you to come back and join me as we talk about this gorgeous, gorgeous style from Envy. What a beautiful job they have done on this. I want you to see the cap. We're going to go outside with it. We're going to just talk about it in depth. I think it is gorgeous. That's all I can say about it. And they also treated us to a wonderful dinner the last night we were there. I'll drop a picture in of that and my outfit, what I wore with this, but it was truly a experience I will never forget, that's for sure. Thanks for following along with me today. I know this is a little different than the wigs I wore, but I just wanted to take the opportunity because I've just been flooded with questions about our trip, and I wanted to share with you and to also just express my thanks for you joining me, following along, subscribing, being with me all these years. Y'all, it's been a journey, right? But I just want to convey to you, if you've got a dream, I've told you all along, don't give up. Keep pushing. If you want to start a YouTube channel and you say, I want to show wigs, start a YouTube channel and show wigs. There is room for everyone here. We need everyone's perspective. We need everyone's opinion. We don't all have the same opinion about wigs. We don't need to all have the same opinion. We need different opinions. We need different eyes on everything. And so if that's something you want to do it. Don't let anyone tell you you can't. Because I didn't think I could do it either, but here I am. Who knew? Here I am. And so you can do that too if that's your dream. Do whatever you feel you want to do because you make a difference and you matter. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you soon.